Hello, Jessica here. I am here to do another installment of 3 and 30. That's 2 in 2 days. Yay! So I'm up to the letter M, and other people did magazines, but I don't get any magazines. I don't order magazines. I don't use magazines. So I decided to go with M is for maps. And I have a map here from an atlas of Alaska. And then I have a couple pieces of, these are, well, they're really nautical charts, but I'm counting them as maps. And that's what I'm going to use. So here is my timer, and off we go. So I also have, I'm going to do these guys first. And I also have some tracing paper that I've inked with the Tim Holtz inks, the blues and greens. This is my, I've shown this before. This is my drawer of inks. And I used Broken China, and I used Mermaid Lagoon, and I think I used Twisted Citron and Evergreen Bough, and might have used some cracked pistachio, whatever the blues and greens are. And then I also used plain water. And once I had the one the way I liked it, I took the second page and smooshed it together and then let it dry. So you get 2 for 1. It also looks great when you just leave it, because when you just leave it without smooshing it, you get all the little puddles. But I also like the way it turns out when you smoosh it together. So the first thing I thought I would do is a tag. I thought I would use this as a tag. I think I'm going to use, I suppose you could, if we did it on this side, you could then write on the side, but I really like the way this looks. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just back this side with some scrap of coffee dyed paper, like that. And yeah, so that's what I'll do. I need a glue book, and I will glue down, maybe I'll cut this down because it does seem kind of big. Scissors. Kind of like that border. So I'm just going to cut this down a smidge here. And then I will give it a tag shape. There's a natural tag shape right there. I'm going to flip it. You guys all know this trick, I'm sure. And there we go, tag shape. And then I think this will, yes, I can cover up this back side now. So I've been trying to use up my glues because I had accumulated a bunch of different ones just out of curiosity to see what they're like. And I'm settling on the Scotch Create, the Fabri-Tac, of course, and then Art Glitter Glue as my staples. I'm still kind of curious about trying Yes Paste, and then seen Artie Mays use a Tim Holtz gel, matte medium gel, and that looks very cool, but I really don't want to get anything new until I need more glue. So then here, I'll cut this down so we are nicely backed with writing. It also gives the chart some extra oomph. Okay, so I like that. I think I will ink the edges because it'll give it a nice kind of old, distressed map look. And then I have to make a decision because there are 2 ways I could do this. I have some stamps, some nautical stamps. And I could stamp this and then cover it with some of the inked paper so that the stamp shows through and I cover the whole thing, and it can be a flip of sorts. And I've done that before, but then you can also tear it and make a pocket out of this, which I also really like. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to tear it, kind of give it a jaggedy tear, because then that kind of makes it look like ocean waves. So give that a jaggedy tear like that. And then this can be a tag pocket like that. And then if I do it again, should I do that side? No, I don't like that side as much. Let's see. I can do it like this. That's kind of a nice bit there. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. I could do a double. No, I like it better all on one. Do this here, and then like that across the bottom. Okay, so there's like a double ocean pocket. And I will use my little decanted, this is just art glitter glue in a tiny little container. So I'll turn these guys into pockets like that. And then maybe I'll go across the bottom here. And position this because that's not all that straight. There we go. There is one pocket. Ooh, I wonder if I should stamp that in between. Oops. I think I'll stamp that in between, and then if I make a tag, I can also stamp the tag. So I need a smaller oceany one. And I have these. I love these. I think I'll do, will the seahorse fit? Ooh, the seahorse will fit. And I think I'll use this archival. I do have a block here. A small block. Will this fit on the small block? No, it won't fit on the small block. But I also have a medium block. Haha. Wrong way. There we go. And I'll just make a okay. And I'm going to put that right against the edge. Up high, no, down low, so it's definitely covered. Voila! Let me just wipe this off. I have some wet wipes over here. Wipe that off. Okay, set that aside. And then I will put this one over it. How did I do that? Did I plan it like that? Oh, it's not really showing up all that great. That's okay. We're still going to go for it. And I'll do this line here. And I'll do this line here. Okay. I'm going to go right up to the edge there. Yeah, stamp didn't show up all that great, but maybe when I make a tag to pop in there. I have a little tag punch here. And I think I'll use, I have some coffee dyed cardstock that kind of looks sandy. Oh, this is paper. Hold on, I'm just grabbing my, here we go. This is some coffee dyed cardstock. I can make a little tag right there with a punch. And then that can slot in there. And I think if I stamp the tag, it might show up. There we go. And give it a little hole. Like that. And I'll give it a little topper. Something foamy. I've got this stuff here. It's a little bit like sea foam. Okay. So, oh, and it needs a little, it can go there or it can go there too. And then I need a topper at the top of the top, if that makes any sense. There. I think I want to give that a little reinforcement. And I just saw some inked reinforcers like yesterday. You think I can find them now? Of course not. All right, that's okay. We're gonna make one. So take this, and do I have a torn off piece? I can show you how I generally make them. So here's an extra piece of tag. I thought I had, what happened to the bit I just tore? Here we go. And I'll just put those together, and you know what, I'll glue these together first. Actually, sometimes when you glue the inked tracing paper, it does become a little more translucent, so you can see the stuff underneath. So you can't, I don't have a lot of success punching the tracing paper all by itself. It's too flimsy, it just bends. So you really do have to back it. Even just that is hard. And then so I make a hole, and then I center the hole inside that punch, like that. And that becomes my hole reinforcer, and then I'll just glue that down. Like so. We're doing for time, 4 minutes. Not too bad. No, 14 minutes. I should be on my second one. All right, let me just put something foamy at the top of this. Different foam. Do green foam. There we go. A little bit of a contrast. Stick that in there. Come on. fingers work. Okay. I think I got it. Seem to only have one of those. All right, well, that's a mess. I'll fix that later, but you get the general idea. Okay, so there's a tag. I'll ink the back. Okay, it's kind of wet. I'll let that dry. Okay, so the next one I wanted to do was an envelope, and I wanted to decoupage it. So I think what I'll do is I kind of want to have this compass rose showing. And do I want to do, I think I'll just do a really simple envelope. So if I have that, I really want that to show going up. That doesn't really enough even from. So what I might have to do is make it a tall tag envelope. So those two sides will go together there. That's not really all that even. There we go. Those two will go together there. And then I'll fold the bottom up. And then I think I'm going to want this to fold down like this. Okay. So then I'll cut these bits down. So, I don't need this square. I don't need this square. I'm just beveling it ever so slightly there. So that's going to be the back. So I need to reverse it on this. So this is going to be the bit that I cut away on this side. Oh, did I just mess that up? Yeah, I just messed that up. All right, guess what? It's not going to have a flap. It is going to be open, and we'll do a thumb pocket. There's my circle. Here's my circle. Everything is fixable. There we go. Okay, so that will be the back. That can get glued down, and that can be a tall tag. And then I want some octopus tentacles showing on here. So I have some watered down Mod Podge here. Oops, let me move those. And a brush. Let's see. No, I need a decent sized brush. This one feels like I've used it before for this. Okay. Here, I'll open it up, and that way it can wrap around if it needs to. That stuff out of the way. It'll actually give it a little strength too. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here's the one I wanted to use. It's already I've already removed the backing from it, and I'm not going to put the whole thing on. I like it when it's kind of part way off. I'm just going to tear around. I like the torn look. Just want to tear off the tentacles or the head. There we go. Get some more underneath there. There we go. And the stuff off the edges, I will tear when it's dried. So I'm just going to Mod Podge this, and then I will come back to it and we'll work on the Alaska one. Okay. It's the cracking of Cape Cod sound. Vineyard sound. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to let that dry. Cover this up. Cover this up. Tend not to cover things up when I'm in a rush. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, I only have 8 minutes left. This might be a cheaty day. Okay. And Alaska. What am I going to do with Alaska? I have this map, and I have some Alaskan animals from Mrs. Cog, and I think I'll do an envelope, but I'd like to see these maps. I might have to do another cheaty kind of an envelope because, or another tag pocket, because this is what I want to be able to see. And I want it to be right side up. I suppose, yeah. I want this to be right side up. Industry, agriculture and resources. Topography would be nicer. I don't think I can make that right side up and have it be an envelope. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do another tall pocket kind of a thing. Like that. And then we'll have to cut a little bit off like that. Let's see if I can remember to cut this bit off. Let's do that first while I'm thinking about it. And then the back bit will be, the back flaps will be the joined together will be a flap. Okay, this is what I meant to do last time. All right, let me get this bottom bit here. Okay, so that goes together there and there and there. Okay, let's use the glue stick. Right. Glue this edge And I'll glue this edge. And together they should stick that bit down. And then I'll glue this edge down here. And that's the bottom. Okay, and then I have this to be my flap. It's okay, it's all right. I don't mind it covering up, because guess what? We're going to cover up this with an image. One of these Mrs. Coggs. Here we go, Alaskan Wildlife. This one here. I think the bear or the bear, sorry, I keep going off frame, don't I? The bear or the muskox should work. Bear is fairly, the caribou. Bear is fairly iconic, but I feel like I could cut the bear down to be a little smaller if I needed to. So Alaska is one of my family's favorite places to go. We go every other summer. My mom and dad live there, and my brother and his girlfriend. So we do go often, and we love it. It's just gorgeous. Here I can cut some of these rocks off a little bit and not disturb the image, and then I can cut off some of the top backgrounds as well. Maybe I'll trim off this, and then whatever else I need to trim off, I'll trim off after the fact. Okay, so let me do a slightly better job of that. And I think I want to round all these edges. That was the 1/4 inch. I always do that. There we go. Half, 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 because this says 1/2 inch. Okay. Ink, inky dinky doo. And then ink this as well. I mean, this is actually, the map is a vintage paper from a vintage book. Okay, so I'm going to put that image, maybe I will center that, even though, I suppose I should have it. Alright, I will. I'll snip that off, and then I'll have to re-round the corners. Ugh, I have 2 minutes. I'm going to have to cheat. It's going to be another cheaty video, folks. I apologize. I don't really mind that much. Cheating doesn't bother me. In this case. Okay. So I'm in the family room, the den, and my son's right there doing his thing. Blue book. Oops, I grabbed 2. Okay. That goes there. All right, and then I think maybe I will do another little bit of a, should have done this before, but I think I can still, nope, I can't get that one, but I could get this one, or I bet I could get this one. I can get that one in. Voila. Okay. So there is a little Alaska pouch. Awesome. I feel like I want some kind of fringe on the bottom. Yeah. I'm going to just take my time with this now because obviously there's no way I'm going to finish. So what do we think we'd like to go underneath here? This is my little bits. I've got some, yep, didn't quite make it. This green will go nicely with some of those greens in the maps. I rarely make it. That's okay. "30 minutes just most of the time isn't enough time for me." So I'm going to glue a little bit on this side and a little bit on the other underside. So when we go to Alaska, we mostly go to Anchorage, but then we've traveled around a lot in Anchorage. I mean, from Anchorage, we use that as our home base. And then we've been to Denali and Seward and the Kenai, and we've been to McCarthy, and we've been to Kennecott Mine at McCarthy. Oh, I like that. And we've been to pretty much every road that you can drive through in Alaska, we've driven. Haven't driven up the, what's that road that goes up to Barrow? The oil road. Haven't driven that, but all the paved roads and even some of the non-paved roads down in this area, we've been. There's Kenai, and this is Prince William Sound. We've been there. There's Wrangell Mountains. We've been there. Denali is right around here. We've been there. It's fantastic. I highly recommend you go. And I highly recommend you fly and then rent a car and drive. I think it's much better than taking a cruise ship. Okay. So we're going to call that one good for now. You could just glue that down to the page and be a tall pocket, or you could glue it on two sides and it could be a tuck. Either way. So I like that one. And I need to finish the thing I set aside to dry, which was this. It's not dry. It's still very wet. Just tear that down a little bit along the edges. That's the trouble with doing any kind of decoupage on this type of challenge. There just isn't enough time. So I can wrap that around. Oh, it's still very mushy feeling. And then that would come up. I think instead of doing it up, I'll glue those down to it so that I can have my octopus head peeking out the back here. And I'm just going to trim up this beveled edge so that it meets a little bit better in back. And I'll trim this one so that it stays below the thumb hole, because I'm thinking that I would put this in on a hinge so that you can actually see what's peeking out from behind there. But I'm not going to do that now because it still needs to dry. But you get the general idea of how I would do that. I really like those tentacles, especially coming out from behind the page. So we're just going to call that one good. I would probably make a nice tall tag to go in there. Might even fit. I could cut that one down so that it would fit. So that's what I made. I made a chart tag pocket. A little tag that can go in either place. Can hide. And there's some hidden stamping there. You can kind of see it. It needs to be squished down. And this tall tag pocket out of this chart. I really like that compass rose and the tentacles coming out from the napkin, which has to continue to dry. And the Alaska pocket with the 2 maps of resources and topography from an old atlas, and a Mrs. Coggs image of an Alaskan grizzly bear. So that's that. Thank you very much for hanging in there. Please like and subscribe below, and have a great day. Bye-bye.